Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is G. I don't know if I like saying welcome back to my channel, so I might just say hi, it's G. I've just had a meeting that was booked a while ago, and I've always promised to be transparent on this journey that I'm on. Someone said to me that someone said to me a few weeks ago, or maybe I read about it, that there's a new means tested where you can claim job seekers allowance. And so I looked into it. There's like and this is, again, I've always said I want to use this record of my journey to help other people. I've been in this country a long time. I've always worked, and I've only ever had to claim benefit once, and that was I think just before my daughter was born, I think. And the day we got the first payment was the day our circumstances changed as a family, and then we paid it back the next month, the benefits, and that was it. All the other benefits that, like child benefit, whatever, if we qualify for them, we've collected it. If we haven't, because my husband and I have this thing where we know how fortunate we are, and we know how there are more people that genuinely, not the ones that do dodgy stuff, that genuinely need the benefits more than we do. So we don't take it for granted. But it's always been a nice thing to know that we're paying tax, we're paying national insurance. So if we need that help, we have access to it. So I don't know what article I was reading a few weeks ago, possibly the week after I got made redundant, where it said there's actually a means-tested way of accessing benefits, job seekers allowance. So, and then thankfully the what's the thing called? I'm so hungry. This is my first meal. This is another smoothie. The Department of Work and Pensions, or HMRC, or whatever, the gov.uk website has a like a list of companies, like websites that when you go there and put your information, it would tell you what you can claim, how much you can get, blah blah blah. So that's where I got even more information of all of that. And as long as you're paying you've been paying national insurance, I believe, for at least the last 2 or 3 years, then it's fine. You can claim it. It would even tell you the types of benefits you can claim, and you obviously have to put all your information in there. You have to put all your circumstances in there, and then it'll work it out for you. And it'll give you a rough idea of how much you can get, what kind of benefits you can get, blah, blah, blah. And then once you know all of that, it then says next steps. Click on this link, and then it would take you to the right form on the benefits section where you can claim what you need to claim. So so I did that a few weeks ago, and whilst we were on holiday, I got a text message of my appointment for today and what I needed to bring. I probably brought way more proof of identity than I needed, but I wanted to come correct. I said I was logging a spreadsheet of all the jobs I'd applied for, and that was something I was doing for myself anyway. So I definitely had that. I had my laptop, but they're like, it's okay, we don't need to see actual evidence. I'm like, well, I have it if you want to see it. And so yeah, I had everything, so it wasn't too bad. But because it was my first appointment, it took about an hour for the lady to explain everything. I had a really lovely lady. We had a good chat, and I wasn't nervous or anything. I mean, I'll be completely honest, it just felt weird. It felt weird that I was there. And I realized from like yesterday, off of the back of me being angry about something else, it's almost like every other thing I was angry about kind of came to the fore. Mind you, I only get angry maybe once every 4 years or so. So it's not like I get angry all the time. But when I do, every other thing that maybe I clearly haven't processed properly will come to the fore as well. So I realized that I was a little bit angry about the whole redundancy thing. I was a bit angry. And yes, it's not a personal thing. Yes, it's a business thing. I was still angry. And I was angry for a while. And as always, I took it to God, and he reminded me again about how, you know, sometimes these things have to happen for you to learn something else, or for you to bring about a change, or for you to bring about confirmation of who you really rely on and whatever. There's a man walking some dogs behind me that do not look like dogs. They look like wolves. Okay. And they're muzzled up. Anyway, what else did I want to say? So yeah, I was there, and again, I've been practicing how to not be judgmental for at least 2 years now. Because even though you don't want to judge people, as a human being, you're a human being, you will judge people. I'm trying not to judge people. And I think I've mentioned here before, like, the way I like to present myself, the way I like to dress, the way I like to put myself together is for me. And what makes me feel confident, what makes me feel secure within myself, not for anybody else's whatever. So I've turned up for the interview, makeup on, because I have another meeting after this. But I was like, I want to wear makeup anyway, today. So I put makeup on. I chose the outfit I was going to wear already. I've got my rings on. And, and then when I got to the building, because I've never been here before. I've never had a reason to be here before. So it's like job seekers. What is it? Job seekers something. Job seekers something. There's a green thing outside. And like a sign. And there are people outside waiting, obviously, for the appointment. And I can't help but compare how I am dressed. Because I was taking this very seriously. As far as I was concerned, actually, they said come for an interview. So I was dressed like I was going for an interview, but not like a job interview, And like I had my laptop, I had everything. And they were, not dressed. Again, I'm not judging, or rather, I'm trying not to judge because I'm still human. And yeah, I think one of the ladies I saw outside, she was wearing a t-shirt, crop top, that had white t-shirt, but then on the boobage area had like a picture of shells, like seashells. There was nothing wrong with it. It's just, anyway, that's just me. So I went in, and it's very quiet. I think they have like a bank of laptops you can, not a computer you can use for job search or something. I don't know. But the amount of security, like security men that were just waiting for something to kick off, I wasn't expecting that. There's a lot of people there just with body cams and body armor and just pacing up and down, and yeah. So that bit, I was like, oh my God. And even when I got upstairs, because my appointment was on the first floor, the lovely lady, I thought I was showing, I thought this top was too much cleavage. You can't see anything. So I was like, okay, I don't want to, I'm not trying to, I have this thing where I don't want people to misconstrue how I'm dressed or what I'm wearing for any sort of invitation for them to think I'm trying to flirt with them or whatever. First of all, I can't flirt. I am not, as my friend Sobia says, to the untrained eye, I am not sexy at all. No, what did she say? To the untrained eye, I don't look sexy or act sexy, but apparently I am. Anyway, so I was like, the last thing I'm trying to do is try to entice somebody. And also, I'm like, okay, if it feels too much, I can always pull it up and I can do does this thing have buttons? It doesn't have buttons, but I can do this. Because I'm perimenopausal, so, and this weather is up and down. 1 minute is raining, 1 minute is now, the sun is out. I have my fan in my bag, so I have to dress in a way that I feel comfortable and not flustered. And, but the lady that was doing the interview, she was wearing off the shoulder, like, it was it was like this, here. I could see the curve of the breasts, and they were there on the table. And her bra strap, I think one was down, the other was there. Like, it was just breasts. And I was just thinking to myself, and look at you thinking you're showing too much breast. Anyway, she was so nice. She was so lovely. And because it was my first time, I think she knew I wasn't uncomfortable. I just wasn't sure. Like, I think throughout that interview, I was just thinking, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. And she's telling me the amounts and whatever. But I think for me, it's more like, I've never done any illegal work in this country. Never. I've always paid, and I've always paid tax. And I know that goes towards policing, goes to the road works or whatever, goes to the lights, it goes to all these amenities that we have privilege to have, NHS, everything. I know that. So I know I'm due it. But there's still that thing of, I'm claiming benefits, which has been given such a bad name that I don't like it. And, and they were like, we can even work around the fact that you have 2 young kids. So if your bi-weekly appointments, as in every fortnight, is not conducive, we can change it. This is the email address. It was just, but. And then she was like, there's this other benefits that you might be able to apply for and this. And I'm just like, And the whole thing goes back to me as a woman not wanting to 100% rely on anybody else, especially a man, for money. My dad, with my upbringing, has done a fantastic job in making me equate financial independence, if I'm relying on a man, to control. So is a form of coercion, is a form of control that I detest. And this is why I want to use my finance expertise to help women. And once I finalize all that plan, I will share it. So me even having to ask for help financially for my own personal bills from my partner, from my husband, was very difficult for me. It was extremely difficult for me. I've been stressing out about it for weeks. And when I got made redundant, my first thing was sugar. Where am I going to get money from to pay my bills? Because the joint stuff, for the house or for the children, mate. But my personal stuff, I was just like, I don't want to have to do this, but I knew I had to do it. And it's sad because even before I even before I kind of, spoke to my partner about, bills and money and whatever, I'd already put all my inner circle, my best friends, I'd put all of them, I think there's 3 of them, the core ones, I put all of them on notice, and I said, please understand, they already know the history of me and how I feel about money and stuff, and I'd already put them on notice, like, please, if I come to you at the end of the month for some money, and they're like, don't worry, we got you, don't worry, don't even worry about it. And that was a much easier conversation to have with them than with my partner. And this is my stuff. This is my feeling towards money. This is just how I think. There's a video where I ranted on about how my kind of relationship with money, which I don't think I finished the story, but I gave a sort of idea of, but having come through control via like financial control and coercion or whatever the word is not something I'm trying to get back to. Like, I'd rather go get a payday loan. I'm not saying do that. I'd rather go get a payday loan with 40% interest than feel, again, it's not like a fact, than feel like I'm being controlled because I'm depending on another person for money. That's just me. Anyway, so that is why I've come to do the benefits thing, and I think they said I'll get the first payment next week and it'll get backdated. While I was there with her, I got a job interview next week for Monday, which is great. A first interview, so at least I've got something in the books. Yeah, I think just talking this through straight after the appointment has really helped me to just get it out. Again, for me, the way I try to keep my mental health good is to just get things out, and the benefits of doing this posting without any sort of fancy editing or in some studio or what is, I can just do it how I would normally do my personal videos that I do. Video journal almost every day, and I've done that for years, and the only difference is doing it this way, there's just not any swearing in it. That's the biggest difference. And also I'm more conscious of time because I don't want anything to be longer than 20 minutes. So that's the update for today. I am sore from yesterday's workout, but good. It's a good sore. And I'm not as angry as I was yesterday. I'm still a bit, but I'm okay. And I'm off to see a very good friend of mine that I haven't seen in a while. And I think she's taking me out to like tea or something. She's one of my posh friends. So we're going to afternoon tea, darling. And then we're going to talk business and all sorts of things. But I think I even said to my son, I might not come home tonight if I don't want to, so I'm really excited. But that's the update for today. I can't believe it's Thursday already. I still have a lot of work I need to do, which I will do. And what do I have tomorrow? I've got a meeting tomorrow, but it's from the afternoon. So yes, have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you're doing. And remember, there's no shame in claiming benefits when you need it, as long as you declare that you don't need it anymore when you don't need it anymore. So that's why when you work legitimately, it shouldn't feel any ways to, at least now I've been here. When I come here in 2 weeks, I'll feel more at home. And the lady has said she's going to try and see if I can see her so that I see the same person. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah, my lipstick is Rich Auntie from the lip bar, and I topped it with Kissing in the Bank. So it's all money related. But yeah, abundance is coming. I claim it, I prophesy it, abundance is coming. All right. Peace and love. Bye.